Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're all having a great day. In this video, we're going to be talking about our new edge position. I specifically picked out 8 different guys right at the top of our price point and our averages that I think are going to have a great season. And we'll just go through whether we think that they are undervalued, right on par, or are someone that you'd like to have in your squad. So obviously with our edge position and our new mid position, there's going to be a few guys that cross over, starting with our first one here, Angus. So I'm going to speak about them mainly just in this video, given the fact that there's a lot less edge players than there are mid, which we'll find in our next few videos. So anyone that comes up here that's dual position, I won't be speaking about in the next one, but I'll mention that as well as we go along. But guys, if you're enjoying these videos and like to see more, please click that like button and hit subscribe. It's really appreciated, and you'll be able to get to see all those videos following on from here. But let's get us started with Big Gus. So average 62 last year, and he's priced accordingly. He does have the middle and the edge position, the dual, which is really good. It comes at a nice price, obviously at $8.33 being our most expensive edge player. But if you look at his scores across the season, he's been extremely consistent, right? A bunch of big scores in the 80s there. Like he has that room to go big, and his lower scores are around the high 40s, right? He's got one score of 40, a 48, and then a couple of 50s around there. But he's someone that over the course of the season is going to average really well. You can tell it took him that first year when he moved over to the Roosters last year just to settle himself in, and obviously spent a little bit of time in the interchange, especially earlier on in the year. But it seems that he's got back to his scoring that he was doing when he was with the Rabbitohs. Like when he first came into it, that was an incredible first season. When he finally took that 80-minute role, you see the big 120 in there. But he's back to that, and he's going to be very important in that Roosters team, especially with Cordner, who has his head knock issues. That left side, Keary and Cordner, they're going to Crichton a lot more. It'll be interesting to see what happens with a new half coming in, whether it be Lamb or Walker, how much they go to that side, if it's any more than it was before. They'd also, you've got Joey Manu over there, so there's plenty of weapons on that side, and I don't see that changing for Angus at all, given the fact that him and Tohu Harris, for example, and Ryan Matterson, they're our top edge players. I feel like you've got to at least have one of them in the squad, and for me, there's a great chance that Angus comes into my team. One more thing to think about is the fact that he should play Origin. Something to think about there, but a good start for anyone's team. Is my thoughts. All right, Tohu Harris comes in at $8.07 this time, and he's priced accordingly. So average 60, priced at 60 as well. Very similar to Angus in the fact that he's a middle and an edge. Big plus for him, he doesn't play Origin, given he's a Kiwi. And we're going to look at his scores. So this is the first year that Tohu's done really well. So average 60. He was someone in the past that when he played at the Storm, for example, was very hit and miss. You can see a lot of games here, playing in the second row, getting 30s and 40s. So nothing special until he came to this year, where his role seemed to increase dramatically. Like his meters gained, at a minimum were 150 most games, a couple of games in 110. But he was someone that's very regularly getting closer to 200 meters and making 40 plus tackles a game. So it's obviously going to be a pretty good diet to have if that's the type of way you go, the way you're going to score. And you can see his scores, we're up there according to that. So in the 50s and with scores in the 70s when he got that full 80. And it didn't matter if he played in the middle or if he played on the edge. He was used in a way that was that was really beneficial to his scoring. And you can see it happening that won't change. They've brought over Fanua Blake, for example, who's going to give him a nice punch, but they need that workman type, like the Mannering that we would have in the past, where he would always be up there averaging 55, 60, and I feel like Tohu's taken that role in this team. I really think he's a good option. I'm very tempted to be putting him in my team. He's got the dual position, same as Angus, but just the fact that he doesn't have to play Origin, and that's something we really got to think about this year. It becomes really important as a possibility in your team. Can cover the injuries, should score well as well. So only thing that could be an issue is the fact that he has only done this for 1 year and they have a new coach. But again, both of those guys I'm really interested in bringing into my side. Right, Matterson. Alrighty. Here we are. Average 60 as well, so same price as Tohu. And you can see for him that start to the season was awesome. Bunch of scores in the 50s and then the 70s and 80s, and made a habit of scoring a few tries earlier on in the season. So got 3 for the year. And then when he did get the small injury, which left him out for a few games, he came back and did score well again, but no crazy scores except for the one against the Storm there. Someone that his base is really strong around that at 40 meters and 120, 40 tackles and 120 meters with a bunch of tackle breaks and offloads. So someone that's going to be really strong for your side and isn't coming into contention for Origin, for example. So another guy that's a really good option for your side. Only thing, he doesn't have the dual position, but I had him in my team last year and was really happy with having him in there. Don't feel like there's much more to say about him. I think he's going to score as he's priced for the season. So if you really like him as a player and you see him as a year-long keeper, then I think he's a really good option. And we'll move along now. We'll head off to Tice. So big Tyson Frizell. Let's move to the Knights this year. So in that position, he's going to go straight into his right edge position as per normal. I don't see much changing in terms of his scores either. 55, you can see over the years that around that 50, even a little bit less, is his average. So I don't see much upside for Ty. So you can see him probably averaging 50 to 55. And he's someone that will play Origin too. He's a little bit of a pass to me. I doubt much changes from him going to Knights compared to what he usually does. So happy to keep that a little bit shorter. If you've got any other questions on any of these guys, or if there's someone you think I missed, please let me know in the comments, guys. Alrighty. Mr. Cam Murray. So Jai Arrow comes over from Titans, and at the moment we're not sure exactly where Murray's going to play. It looks like there's a great chance that Arrow plays at number 13 in the lock roll, and Murray shifts to an edge, which is why he's got the mid and the edge dual position. Murray plays Origin again. Like the majority of these top level players are, they're going to be playing representative stuff and missing a bunch of games there. But does Murray score really well in the second row? Let's have a look. He started there, didn't score very well, and didn't play the 80 minutes either. So will he play the 80 minutes in an edge? Possibly, but they've got some big forwards on the bench. How's that going to play out? And when we're not really sure, he's probably someone that I'd look to avoid, just based on the fact that things might change a little bit, and I can't see him averaging any more than 54 where he's currently priced at. So for me, he's a pass, but if you like him as a player, then go for it. Other than that, I'm going to leave him out. All right, Tevita. Where's Pangai? Alrighty. This could be an interesting one too. So there's talks of him changing his position and looking to play a little bit more through the middle. You can see again at times last year he did play in a different position, and let's have a look at those. So 2020, only the two at prop. He's got an 80 in 50 minutes and a 60 in 62 minutes. And if you look at that one, it's mainly in base. So he's got the 3 tackle breaks, but 6 offloads is a lot. But he's someone that averages 2 to 3 for the season. We made 140 meters in that. So when he plays in the middle, he is going to do well. Sometimes he can go missing a little bit on the edge, and his defense isn't as good, as you can see by his missed tackles. But for me, he's such a hothead. Like, what are the chances he misses some games again? You know what I mean? Like he got suspended for 4 games, at the start of the season, just like from the first round, just getting too excited, and then missed the last 7 games as well. So someone that I think can score well, but when he's already averaged at 50, priced at 54 for an average of 55, I don't think he's got much room to move, and there's a chance that he just misses games for you, and in a new role he might not do as well. So I'm happy to leave him out, but he does have the dual position, which can be really helpful as well. All right, 2 more to go. The good David Fifita, not the cheapie. Alrighty, Dave Fifita moves to the Titans. Comes in with a 54.6 average, is priced at 53, so there's a slight upside on that, just based on the fact that he didn't play as many games. You can see he obviously started really well and scores tries. He's got 3 out of his, how many games? 8 games? Is that right? Yeah. 3 tries in his 8 games. And let's look at the games where he didn't score. He's got a 58, a 60, 48, 48, and 41. Right? Decent, say, which is going to bump up his average from the try scoring games. How's he going to be used in a Titan side? Titans should be better this year, right? They started playing really well at the back end of the year. Brimson, Fogarty, you can see him. Is he going to play on the right edge? Good chance, right? He's got Fogarty there, so if they're doing really well, then he's a good chance of scoring well. But is he going to score 60? I think there's a chance that he averages 60. Right? I think Fifita has a little bit more upside than the guys we just spoke about. But personally, I'm not thinking about him. No dual position. He's got Origin. There's a bunch of things there that tell me that you probably should just wait and see this one and work it out through the year. He might have a few gun scores at the start and justify that people are buying him, and that's fine. I'm happy to live with that personally. Let me know what you guys think on Dave Fifita. It's a pretty interesting one, I think, anyway. And the last one, a little bit cheaper, this one, but an interesting pick in my thoughts. Average 45, priced at that same mark. Just been reading about him a little bit. No, he's obviously, this was his first season in the NRL, and he's come out of nowhere. Like, I was listening to him talk about it, and he was saying that like it was pretty much the first time he's properly played NRL. Like he's only been playing NRL for a couple of years. So you imagine someone like that in a team that's getting better and is likely to have more points in him, as you could tell by the back end of last year. There's a good chance that he improves. When you look at it, he's got some games of 50 and 60 minutes in him. Can we get him to an 80-minute player? If he does, the more time he's on there, he's got a 68-minute, an 80-minute, an 80-minute down there with tries. So when he plays those big minutes, there's more chance of getting a few, and I can see that happening again. Like I feel like there's a really good chance that the Katawa averages 50, which gets him closer to a 700k price point. Let me know what you guys think on that one. I just think that he does have some upside, given the fact he's really new to the game, and Warriors are going to be decent. These are some of the things you got to think about. How good's your team going to be? Are they going to be improving across the season? Are they? I fell into the trap last year. I had Ash Taylor in my team early, thinking he was going to bounce back, and then they weren't very good, Titans, especially at the start of the year. I can see a bunch of people maybe doing that with Anthony Milford this year. Obviously, he's really cheap, but I doubt the Broncos are going to be very good again. So that's something to think about there. That's all the guys that I wanted to speak about in today's one. Let me know if there's anyone you think I missed, or in the comments if you'd like me to say anything about a certain player, then please do. But other than that, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please like and subscribe if you're enjoying these. I'm going to be bringing out one of these for each position, for the cash cows, the guns, and some of the middies as well. But there you go, guys. Have a good one.